Hey guys, this is Gaijin Hunter. If you've been lucky enough to grab a Switch, you may be looking for some new games to play, and on the Japanese eShop, they do have a new game called Kamiko, which is an indie game that, like you'll see in the credits when I play the entire game, it's made by like 5 people. The game is really pretty, it's very old school gameplay with a wonderful soundtrack, so I wanted to show off gameplay. I've heavily edited it so you guys can just watch it and see the entire game. But I wanted to show it off in case you guys are interested on jumping onto the Japanese store to go buy it, because that's something you can do now. Thank you, Nintendo. Okay, without further ado, let's just jump right in. Now from the get-go, I'm just going to shut up because I want you guys to hear the title music. It's a really good idea of how cool the music is in this game. Okay, so in this game you get to choose as 3 different characters. One is a sword type, one is a bow type, and the other one, it looks like a dagger, and that's why I chose it, but it's actually a boomerang type. Must be the inner prowler in me kinda knew that. Okay, after a very brief story intro telling you that you need to go down and kill the bad guys and save the world or heavens or whatever it was, you're off to your first stage. Yeah, so as you can hear, the music is jamming. Like, I really like the tunes. It's kind of worth the price of admission alone for only $5. Anyways, the gimmicks, or the mechanics, so to say, in the first level is very simple, just teaching you how to play. There's the switches that you press, which open up the doors, and then there's these little podiums where you grab these orbs and you place them in them. The idea is that with each stage there are 4 gates that you have to unlock, and once you unlock all 4, you'll open up the final boss. Easy peasy, right? Now you do get points for killing enemies, and you have to spend those points to unlock these gates. I've never ran into a problem in my one playthrough, so I think it's just for people who want to speedrun it. They're going to have to find some very smart ways to pull off combos so that they can get a lot of points really early. One cool thing is there are some hidden places, so if you do some adventuring, you can find some hidden items. Over here we're going to find, I believe, it's a hidden item that increases your capacity for points, which is always really good. Allows you to really stock up during a big combo so that you can open up another gate. This also introduces the concept of keys. You have to grab a key and run past a bunch of enemies, and this is crazy, and get to the key door. So again, just fun, simple mechanics, but very well executed. Yay, we got a door open. Okay, finally I had figured out that you had to grab the orbs and put them in here. It took me a little bit to figure it out, but once I did, I was a-okay. Okay, on to the next gate. There we go, so I managed to unlock all 4 gates, and then it takes you to the boss. So let's go ahead and check out what the boss is like. Pachoo! So before every boss you do get a free sort of health container and also a point container, which is a nice little bonus. And the bosses themselves are not hard, but I do like that they feel like really good old school retro like NES bosses. So the idea is you got that red orb right there, that's like the weak point, and you got to figure out how to hit it, so to say. So for this boss it was actually quite easy. He does a little bit of bullet hell at the top there, and then he jumps. You have to get out of the way and make him step on each one of these 4 switches without getting killed yourself. Woohoo! Bonk. And bonk. And once he does that, he starts raining out a bunch of orbs, and one of them is his weak spot. So look for the red one, there it is on the upper right, and go ahead and give that a good whacking, and it will initiate phase 2. For this boss, as it was the first one, it was very simple, so he just speeds up. There's nothing different in each of the rounds, he just gets faster, so once you go ahead and do that, he'll be done, and it's on to stage 2. Yeah! I love the explosions. It reminds me a little bit of like Contra. So this took me 24 minutes to clear the stage because it was my first time playing. I had to learn the mechanics, and I actually had no idea about the orbs until I figured it out. So this is stage 2. I'm going to let you hear the music for a little bit. So the mechanics that they introduce into this stage are these warp spots. So you're going to be grabbing items and sort of flipping switches and then warping to another spot in order to unlock the thing that you need to unlock. The stage was really sunny, but if you grab this orb earlier on and you put it in here, it does sort of brighten up the stage quite a bit, which is good because who wants to play in a stage that's just rainy and sad the entire time, right? It's a very nice, simple, cute, functional animation going on. Okay, there's also a new mechanic of this speedrun idea, so you have to sort of clear the path ahead of time, clear the enemies out, hit the switch, and then you've got to book it. Like, and they are not generous on this. You have to book it. Like, I just got out, boom, that's it. Time over. So, very simple, but it feels rewarding when you pull it off, because I think the timing is so tight. Yay, so I got all the 4 shrines, and here is the boss for level 2. Level 2 boss is just sort of like a snake. He's got his weak point somewhere in his body, and you're going to use these warp spots to get out of the way so you don't get hit all the time, and so you can hit the weak spot. It's very hard to heal in this game, so I think it's just a matter of just finding the right rhythm and then perfecting it and then just doing it. You know, old school games. Got myself in a pickle here. But eventually I had my second shot. I went ahead and killed the boss, and it's on to stage 3. Let's see how long this stage took me. 13 minutes. Not bad, I think. I'm sure someone's going to speedrun it in like 2 minutes or something stupid like that. And here we are into stage 3, which is kind of like the volcano stage. I'll shut up so you can hear the music. This stage's new mechanic is sort of these enemy rooms, so once you get far enough in, the room will lock and a bunch of enemies will appear. It's a good chance to do a combo gauge and earn a lot of points, but it's also a good chance to die. Once you kill the enemies, it unlocks the door so you can get out. One thing that kind of stinks is that you can accidentally get hit back in, or you can run into the room and you'll have to fight the enemies yet again. As you can see here though, it really does ramp up the difficulty in terms of how fast I think the enemies are and how many there are, but with the boomerang weapon I was feeling pretty good. Okay, here is the boss of stage 3. This is another one. I died once, then I figured that out, then I was all good. For this boss you want to make sure you kill these little like spider ghost things as fast as you can. The sort of attacking rounds will keep going on until you kill them all. So go ahead, kill them, and then he'll drop his little weak spot. He summons a second one, and again, just focus on killing the enemies, and it will knock him out of his attack phase so that you can focus on killing them. So watch here, I kill this thing, boom, it ends, and then he goes into the next phase. So just kill these things fast, and you'll be ready to go. Did I kill him? Yeah, I killed him. You can hold the A button long to do a sort of invincibility attack where it does a big circular area of motion attack, which is very useful. I just didn't use it too much. This stage took me 15 minutes, not so bad. At this point I think I was really getting the hang of it, and I want to really play it with the other 2 characters because I think because of the distance in which they attack, your approach will be very different. And who knows, maybe if you clear the game with all 3 characters it unlocks something new. I'm sure it does, I just haven't done it. This final stage, I also really like the music. This stage introduces the idea of these electronic switches. Nothing as complicated as something you might see in Zelda, which can be frustrating if you don't know what order to do them in. It's just a matter of finding the switch and flipping it. And then I kind of like the stage because it's set in like a modern world almost. You see some like rundown buses and vending machines, and you sort of get an idea. Like this is probably the Earth or something, or close to it, who knows. Definitely much harder in terms of the difficulty of the enemies. But I managed to clear the stage, and here we are going into the final boss. Okay, after he spurts some evil things and makes himself very clear to be a bad guy, it is on to the battle. Now the first phase of this, if you're using the boomerang, is super easy. Just stay to the left hand side here and watch this. Just wait for it to appear, smack it, and wait for it again. The other weapons, if they're not ranged, I imagine this is, you have to like wait for it to come. It could be a little hard. But for this weapon, it was all good. I had done this boss once and then died on the final stage, so I kind of knew already what to do. And definitely makes it look easier than it is the first time. Sorry if I'm spoiling how to do this for you guys. If you guys don't want to see this, you can just skip it and just buy the game if you already feel that you like it. Okay, after you finish that phase, and I skipped ahead there, it will go to the second phase, like any other good action RPG, right? So we have the final boss here, and the idea here is that it's got that weak point in the middle. Hold the A button to do your charge attack to break the ice, and then you can attack the weak spot. Now there are a few rounds here where you have to wait until the ice is breakable. So in the meantime, just hit the enemies and kill them as fast as you can, so that you can build up points so that you can do that super attack. It's actually quite easy the second time once you know what to do. Now here's the ice, we can break it and get hit. Let's try that again. There we go. And smack away. I was just saving the health on the left and right hand side of the arena, and that helped out quite a bit. Next phase is cute. Maybe there's a hard mode and maybe things are just like crazy, but this wasn't too bad. Just stay where you're at, kill the enemies, wait for the ice to appear so that you can hit the weak spot. There we go. Charge up. Bing. Die, die. Okay, well there's a little bit more to the battle, but I just skipped it, but that's the final boss. I hope you guys enjoyed the ending. I'm not going to talk during any of it, just enjoy the music. And check out the credits. It's kind of crazy when you think that this game was made by literally, from what it appears, only like 5 guys. So very impressive work, guys. Love the game. I mean, $5, you can't go wrong, right? I'll probably play it through as one of the other 2 characters and see how I like it. But in the meantime, hey, I got like an hour and a half of really good entertainment, and I got to play something new on the Switch. So, win-win. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and until next time, happy hunting.